So it's Friday morning, August 23rd, a little after 7. I am here at the White Hawk neighborhood, hoping to get some of my luck from last time I was here. It's raining out. I had found this sale on Facebook Marketplace last night. I messaged the seller this morning before I came out here to make sure they're still having it, and they said they were. It was just in their garage, and the listing was like interesting. It was like designer handbags and other, type of shoes, and I've never sold designer handbags before, and I thought I better do some research before I came out here. So I did watch some videos on YouTube about selling designer handbags, and honestly, the first few that I watched, most of them were like, don't do it, because if you sell, well, there's a lot of reasons, but you can get your account suspended would be the biggest thing if you're selling fake designer handbags. And it's really difficult nowadays to know which ones are real, which ones are not. Based on the neighborhood that I'm in right now, these are probably real just because these people probably have the money for real designer handbags. But the lady, first of all, was wanting quite a bit of money for them, and I was trying to look them up on eBay, and she was basically asking what they sell for on eBay. So there wasn't a whole lot of room, kind of left, not any meat on the bone, I guess. So I just ended up passing on them based on the fact that it's really risky to sell them. A lot of times what the YouTubers that are listened to say that you need to get them authenticated through a website, and that's expensive. And then on top of it, the lady was asking pretty much eBay pricing for it, and so there was just no room left on them. So I have another 7 o'clock sale that I've messaged the garage sale person to see if they're still having it. This one is interesting too because they say they're having video games and vintage video games, which I know that vintage video games can go for a lot of money, and I'll try to be smarter at this one if I can get my hands on them to look them up on eBay just before I go buying a ton of video games again. We'll see if they're there when I get there. Other than that, it's a rainy Friday morning and not a lot of sales posted yet just because it's raining, so hopefully it passes over. What would be great, since I'm headed to work, my actual job would be if everybody holds off on their Friday garage sales and has them Saturday. That way I can be first to some Saturday sales. That'd be great. So the second garage sale I went to this morning was primarily video games, like consoles. I tried looking them up on eBay. It was like a really small sale, and the guy was just standing right there, and that always makes me feel awkward, like looking up prices on eBay when the person's standing like literally 2 feet away from you. It was a younger guy. He was pretty much wanting full price what eBay was offering, and that always really frustrates me when people at garage sales are asking what you sell something for on eBay, because it's a lot easier to have a sale in your garage where you just put everything out. You don't have to go through the trouble of listing things. To list an item on eBay probably takes anywhere from like 5 to 15 minutes per item, and so your time investment to sell on eBay just to list it, and then you got to include the dealing with the customer, the shipping, returns, all of that is significantly more time investment. And so I just get really frustrated when people at garage sales are asking the same price that you'd get on eBay because they're not doing near the work. And I mean, for me, it doesn't leave me anything, like there's no middle room there, I guess. But yeah, that's just kind of the luck I'm having this morning. Hopefully that's not going to be the case for the whole weekend. So I think I'm probably going to head on to work right now, because I'll show you the rain. It is just pouring outside. So usually on my way to work, I just watch for garage sale signs in neighborhoods, but I just don't reckon there's going to be too many of those with how it is. So I hope to post some good updates through the rest of the weekend, more positive than this one. Tried to salvage the day by going thrifting after work. I got off work about before 3 o'clock. I can't remember what time exactly. I went to the Restore Rack, which is a Habitat for Humanity foundation store, I guess. Let me show you what I got. I found 2 good items. They're essentially the same thing. Some Epson 127 printer ink. You can see this one's got the 3 colors in it, and then I got the black, which The package on this one's really nice, sealed. This one's still sealed. The package is just kind of rough looking, so I'll put that in my item description. I won't want to send somebody this that it's, I mean, it is brand new, but I'd be kind of upset if I got this as a brand new item that didn't say in the item description that the box is kind of rough. Anyway, when you're buying ink, you can sell ink on eBay, either new or, sorry, you can sell it with expired ink or current to date ink. What's really good is this is current, so the expiration date on it is 8 of 2020, and so I'll get more money for it than if it was expired. If I bundle this and the other one together, I'll probably get over $40 if I do free shipping. I spent $2.98 per item. After taxes at the restore rack, it was over $3 each. At the restore rack, they ask if you want to round up to the next dollar because they help build houses for people, so I did that. So I spent a total of $7, $3.50 each for each ink. So that should be a pretty good profit on that one. And then on my way home, I went to the Howe store. My Howe haul is slim today. Let me show you what I got. A single Xbox game. They tried to charge me $5 for this. I said, no way, because it's not worth, it's in used condition. It's not worth that much. The reason why I buy these is in the wintertime when I'm planning to test all my Guitar Hero guitars. I am trying to collect these Guitar Hero games to bundle with the guitars because they'll sell more that way. I said, how about $1? And the guy asked his manager, and they ended up agreeing that $1 was okay on this one. So this one will just kind of go into savings for the winter time. So today's been a rough resale day, and some days are like that. I'm hoping that this weekend is better. If not, I might just be looking like I'm going to be listing a lot of stuff and try to generate some sales. But as far as sourcing goes, it's been kind of fair to middling. The ink I'm happy about. It'll be a good return, but I spent over an hour in that store, and so when I'm thrifting, especially considering the listing and the shipping and all that, up front I want to be looking at making over $40 an hour, and so I'm a little bit disappointed with how little I found there. Like I said, some days are just like that, and you got to take it as it comes and just move on and realize you can't force a purchase if it's just not there. One good news thing I have is that tomorrow someone's supposed to be driving in from Pryor, which I think is like 45 minutes away from where I live. They are coming, I don't know if they're coming just for this item, but they're coming from Pryor. They're going to pick up the Sun Mountain golf speed bag thing that holds a golf bag on a golf course. I think I have it listed for $80. I'm going to have to double check. So I'm supposed to be meeting that person at 1:30 tomorrow. I will confirm with them if they're going to show up or not. I can't see someone saying they're going to drive that far and then not showing up though. So hopefully that'll be $80, and I'll update as the weekend goes on how it goes. If you're new to my channel, I'm Resale Rafa. I'm doing a series right now called Follow My Flipping Dollar. It's actually a year-long series, and so the idea is I started with $1. I invested it in a single item, a North Face backpack. I sold that backpack for $40. Took the $40, fully reinvested it, and I'm going to do that over and over again for a year. It's been just a little over a month, and I've had over $3,000 in sales generated from that single dollar. So, like I said, if you're new, you're caught up, and you can go back and watch my videos from the very get-go. Have a binge watching session if you want. That'd be awesome. But you have to watch the videos before to be caught up on what's sold now, I guess. So that's where we're at. Thanks again for watching. This has been Resale Rafa. Hey, this is Resale Rafa.
And
your Resale Mama.
Resale Mama.
What are we doing this morning?
We're going to the flea market for some plants.
We're not going for plants.
Yeah, we are.
It was supposed to be raining this morning. It's actually not raining. So anyway, I said, why don't we try the flea market? We had been wanting to do that, so we're going to try it for the first time today, and we'll update how it goes.
They have plants.
We've yet to find, well, we found one plant, but that was before the challenge started, a long time ago.
I got this to put my plants.
So on the way to the flea market, we found a garage sale. We stopped. My mom already told you what she got. I found this Sears Craftsman, another socket set. He had it marked at 15. I paid 10. I couldn't find any comparable one on eBay. I think this one might be vintage because it says Sears Craftsman rather than just Craftsman. So that might actually make it better. It's complete. I think there's 50 pieces in here. Anytime I can't find a sales comp, well, first off, I just know this is a good brand, but second, this is something that I could use in the garage for 10 bucks. So anytime I take a risk like that, I try to make it something that I would actually use if I can't sell it. And then next, I got these vintage checkered Vans. They have very little wear, which is awesome. Checkered Vans sell really well. I set these like in a pile to buy, and then when I looked closer, I thought that they might be dingy and I didn't want to buy them. I can't quite show you, but they actually have a pink tone to them. And the lady said they're from when she was in high school, which she said was 1990. I don't know. I mean, they're over 20 years old, so that might make them better or worse too. I don't know. They're ultimately, they are supposed to have a pink tone, and they're in good condition, and they were $2. Found another garage sale on the way to the highway to go to the flea market. This lady had all these books that were kind of like Star Wars and a WWE one. I scanned them all real fast. This big book, it is selling for $43 in the lowest condition on Amazon. This will have to be, the pages are really good in this book, and actually the cover's okay, but check out the spine. It's like got some type of damage, so it would have to be listed in acceptable condition. But even in acceptable condition, it's selling for $43. It was listed for, she had it marked at 3. I paid 2. We're getting closer. We found plants. We're getting closer to the flea market. We're about a mile away. Found a big garage sale. Had just a ton of assortment of stuff. I picked up 6 of these CO2 cartridges. I'm gonna ship them empty, so I'm gonna let them out like that. They're SodaStream CO2 cartridges. When on eBay, a lot of 4 sells empty for $44 plus shipping on top. I got 6 of them for $5 total. I got these black leather boots for $5. They're in really nice condition, basically unworn. Check out the bottom. That's how you know if a boot is really good. If it has a Vibram outsole, that's really good. There's essentially no wear on it. The trouble with them is they don't have any brand on them, which is really strange for such a high quality boot. I spent some time looking them up. I think they're Chippewa boots. I might email the company to see if the number that's in, I looked up the model number and I still really can't identify it, which is odd. So I'm gonna probably email the company to see if this is their boot and figure out what size they are. But it's definitely a risk because not all the info is there, but $5. I got 3 books for $1. This one, $1 total, so 33 cents each. This one and this one. Bingo.
Oh crap.
Let's show the people what we got. That we paid $2 for this one. Gonna sell it for about $20 on Amazon. The body book, it was marked at 6. I paid 5. I think it's going for 40 or 60 on Amazon. Oh, I think this might have been my favorite pick today. Let's show the other way. There you go. Oh, they all look backwards. I got over 30 NASA or space shuttle patches, all in brand new, really good condition. I paid 20. He had them marked at $1 a piece. I said how much for all of them because I looked up 1 or 2 and just 1 or 2 of them were selling for about $10 or $15. So I got all over 30 patches for $20.
Marbles.
For what?
3/4 piece, and this one's a wooden marble that I got for free.
What are you gonna do with them?
Put them in my plants. Except for the wooden one, I might just carry around.
Doing anything else?
Nope. Well, my okra.
All right. So, what did you think about the flea market?
Well, I think that they're selling at resale prices, and I don't have time or patience to go through every booth. And the people selling the succulents and cactuses didn't really know much about them, and they just go to a nursery and buy them and then sell them there and call them perennials. It's not a perennial. It's cold hardy or not cold hardy.
Will we be coming back?
Not anytime soon.
How we doing? Where are we headed now?
State sale.
Find?
Nada.
What do we always find at, or never find at estate sales?
Nothing.
What's wrong with your plant?
It dumped on my foot.
We actually hit another garage sale, or no, estate sale on the way home, and it's Saturday, and usually estate sales begin, on Wednesday or Thursday, so I can't believe these are still here. This is a Prince 110 series. It's a vintage racket. Recent sold comps on eBay for 20 to 30, and I paid $8 for it. So not a great find. This one actually sells for more. This is a Wilson power hammer system, and I got it for $8 too, so it's inside the bag, and I think it's going to sell for 40 or 50, so good pickup. Finished our garage selling in time to try to get this to our buyer today, asking $80 for it, and I paid $10. The Sun Mountain speed cart buyer did show up. So I paid $10 for it. I had it listed at $80, and this is something that I really particularly don't care for, is like when they show up. To me, I mean, it's fine for me if they look over the item and everything. I mean, that makes sense to make sure it looks like it did in the pictures and it's good working order. But he said, so what are you wanting for it? And I said, 80 is what I had it listed for, and then just like a pause. And then he goes, well, would you take 60 for it? I don't know, for some reason I just really don't care for that type of negotiation, because especially when you're doing a Facebook marketplace, if you drove to meet somebody, it's my understanding usually, or my assumption, that the price is agreed upon before you meet. But I paid 10, I made 60, no fees involved, so $50 profit. So I was happy with that. But I will say that's just like not my favorite thing. And a lot of times if it's a lower priced item, I'd probably stick to my guns and just keep the item priced at where it's at. In this situation, they had drove long ways. It was for their teenage son. And on top of that, I had listed this one last weekend, maybe on Sunday on Marketplace. And I finally just got someone to message me for the first time yesterday. And so if I had more buyers, I certainly would have kept it at the $80 mark. But I don't know, what do you guys think? If you sell on Marketplace, do you have that happen to you very often? For me, it's kind of like my least favorite thing, but I'm still happy about it though. $60, and guess where I'm at now? You see? The How, there it is. See if there's any How haul in store for us today. The How store was busy like it always is, but maybe even more so because there were a few garage sales today, so I think people are feeling like thrifting, and the store's always open. I got one thing, not a big pickup, but Rhapsody in blue. It's a vinyl record. I paid $1 for it, and it sold. One like it sold less than a week ago on eBay for $30 plus shipping on top, so that should be hopefully a good pickup there. I found Beethoven's 9 symphonies, kind of like in a record box like that, but unfortunately only 7 symphonies were included, so I passed on that, and that would have been like a $30 or $40 one as well. So that's it for today. Gonna head home, take my Saturday nap, and then get to listing for the weekend. I think my mom left more of her plant that she found in my truck than she took home in the pot. I just inventoried all my space patches. There were 37 total in that bag. I bought them for $20 total, which is 54 cents per patch, and there's a lot of duplicates. When I really started looking at them, they don't really look used, but what's interesting is like this one, for example, you see how there's like not a, let me show you one that looks complete. You see how there's like that special sewing around there? A lot of them are missing that, so, but they don't appear to be, I mean, there's, you can see when you buy stuff that you don't know about, you can get in trouble, I guess. It still seems new to me, so I'm not sure why, like, it doesn't have the sewing around there. Probably have to look into it a little bit, but not a, not a huge risk buying all these, because like I said, the two that I looked up were selling for like 10 and 15. So even if I make my money back from two, that'll be good. But I guess I have to, if I'm gonna sell patches, I'm gonna have to learn about them.